Good morning, everyone. This is Deborah Anderson from Chaco Shaka with another lesson, blessing, and hopefully a message. Father, I ask that you come into the room and you speak to me and through me, that someone may get a lesson, blessing, or message. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power of the kingdom and the glory forever and ever. Hallelujah. Yah has not given us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Any tongue that rises against us in judgment, Father, Yah shall condemn, for we are the righteousness and the inheritance of the Most High Yah. Hallelujah. All right, you guys, today the lesson is coming from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verses 1 through 10, and I'll start reading at verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curses which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Most High Yah has driven thee, and shalt return unto the Most High Yah, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. All right, you guys. Now y'all know when they was in the wilderness, they were disobedient. They was not following Father Yah's rules and regulations. They always wanted to go back to Egypt. Remember, they was all caught up in their heads. But Father Yah he knew the future, right? He knew they was gonna be wicked as hell once they got loose in that land. And he told them that blessings and curses will come upon them. Now, when they went into the land and they were given the land, wasn't that a blessing? Sure, it was. They took the blessing that Father Yah gave them, but once they got into the land and received the blessing, they began to act out. They began to do the same thing as they were doing when they were in Egypt or when they were in the wilderness. And then the Most High allow curses also, because he said blessings and curses, and then he had already foreseen that they would do this, so he was going to send us to captivity before we even took the land. He knew we were going to captivity because he knew we were going to be disobedient, because we're hard-headed. This is Judah, this is Israel. They was rebellious as hell, and they act as if they were going to do the right thing, but once they got what they wanted from Father Yah, they rebelled. And he knew they would do this. That's why he said there was going to be curses upon you, and I will scatter you into captivity. He put us in captivity, in slavery, because he knew we wasn't going to do the right thing. The leaders fell off. They didn't teach the children anymore. The children didn't respect the elders. It was a mess because no one was doing their jobs. Now Joshua did a good job. He took over after Moses, and he did exactly what the Most High Yah told him to do. But Joshua was just one man. He had some elders, yeah. He had some elders. He had some high priests. He had some royal priests. But they were all going out the way backwards. Let's continue, because now we know that Father Yah foreseen this. He said, and if we, after being put into captivity, turn back to him, which we are in captivity as we speak right now, as I speak with you, you are in captivity. You were taken from the land, and you haven't been back home since your forefathers were put into captivity, since we were put out of the land. Now he said, if we return to him and love him with all our heart, mind, and soul, that he would reverse the captivity. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And he would also bless our children. Hallelujah. And I'm assuming that when he says that he would obey the voice according to I will command thee this day, and thy children and in their heart. He wanted us to teach it to our children, you guys, because the teachers wasn't doing their job. Plain and simple, they wasn't. And some of us did know the way. We knew the word, so we were supposed to teach it to our children, but we fell off too because we were who? Them. Yeah. That then the Lord thy Yah will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord thy Yah has scattered thee. See, He knew we was going into captivity before we went into captivity, and he knew that if we returned back unto him, it was all a test, y'all. We was put into captivity to test us, our loyalty to Father Yah. Were you going to be loyal to him, or were you going to be loyal to the nations that he sent you, scattered you in? Most of you all are loyal to this nations. You're loyal to the nations wherever you have been scattered. You're loyal to them, more loyal to them than you are to Father Yah. You didn't keep your allegiance with Father Yah. He said, but if you do, if you turn back to him, he would release us from this captivity. He would turn that captivity into, he will have compassion and take us out of captivity and bring us back home. All of us who have been scattered from here, there, and all over the place. He said, if any of thine be driven out unto outermost parts of the heavens, from thence will the Lord thy Yah gather thee. From thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy Yah will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. So he's saying that if we return unto him, we're going to get a bigger blessing than what our fathers got. They got the land. They got the land, they got blessings, but he said he's gonna make it more abundant for us if we return. So a lot of you guys who have turned your back on Father Yah, he says he's going to fetch us from wherever we are, from the heavens, from the outermost parts of heaven, from whatever nation that you've been scattered into, because truly we are all over this world, you guys. We are all over. Israel and Judah, we're scattered abroad. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He said, and the Lord thy Yah will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed. Okay? He's going to renew the heart of us and our children. Yeah, make us walk in love. See, it says to love the Lord thy Yah with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mightest live. You cannot live if you don't love Yah. You walking around here dead spiritually, and after you get through walking around the walking dead, you gonna go to hell. You ain't gonna be able to die down there. You just gonna be down there screaming all the time. Ain't gonna be no rest. No rest for the wicked. Hallelujah. Let's continue. He said that now that you know you're going to have life if you return. Right? You and your children. And the Lord thy Yah will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, with which persecuted thee. Now see, everybody that's running around here persecuting Judah, Israel, or Judah persecuting Judah. He said the curses that was upon us will be upon our enemies. Hallelujah. So whoever is an enemy to Israel and Judah, yeah, our curses will be reversed to you. You shall go into captivity. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He said, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. Now, y'all know it's only 2 commandments: to love Father Yah and to love each other. And that's what we're not doing, and that's what's going to cause a lot of people to fall into hell. It really is. We must love each other. It's a must. And the Lord thy Yah will make thee plenteous in every work of thy hands, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land for good. So Father Yah said you're going to have plenty. If the work you do is going to be prosperous, that you do with your hand, the fruits of your body, you're going to have beautiful children. And the fruits of thy cattle, you're going to have plenty to eat, livestock. And in the fruit of thy land, you're going to have plenty of vegetation and fruits and things to eat. It's for the good, for good. And for the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good. as he rejoiced over thy fathers. Hallelujah. He loved our forefathers. Our forefathers were just very obedient and disrespectful to Father Yah, and they knew the rules and the regulations. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy Yah, to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in the book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy Yah with all thy heart and with all thy soul, he will bless you, love you, take care of you, and never leave you nor forsake you. Hallelujah. That is the end of the lesson, blessing, the message for the day. I pray that the